And welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of the program, brought to you by Phil Cobble Fine Homes and Land. Phil Cobble, you see the great photo right there. There's an auction coming up. You talk about owning a piece of Americana. On Saturday the 14th, 136 acres will be sold at auction in 14 estate-sized home sites of 5 to 28 acres each. Country cottage, stocked lakes, oak barns. Call Phil Cobble and his team for more information. That's coming up May 14th. Auction down in Loudon. All right, very nice stuff. This week, sportingnews.com. I'm old that I remember the Sporting News. Now there is no Sporting News, so it's sportingnews.com. They put out their preseason football picks, and they have Tennessee ranked number 13 in the nation, which actually I think that's realistic. I think 2 months ago that would have been realistic. I think we're off the charts now. But I went back to see what the previous final number 13 teams were over the last 4 years, and there's what you have. Baylor was 10-3, didn't win the Big 12. Georgia was 10-3, didn't win the SEC East or the SEC. Baylor was 11-2, didn't win the Big 12. Louisville was 11-2, didn't win Conference USA. Each of those teams finished one game out. Somebody had some spectacular year ahead of them. So here's the question. Tennessee wins 10 or 11 games this year, but doesn't win a division title or a conference title. Is that enough?
No. I mean, I think the division title is because that gets you to the SEC championship game.
And I'll bet some of those teams played in their division, their conference championship games.
No, that's what I said. They didn't win.
Did not win.
Well, Baylor didn't even win their division.
Well, Baylor doesn't have one.
Baylor doesn't have the conference championship game.
No, one of those years they would have been, the 2012. But can you put that back up, Oliver? I'm sorry. We always have to take it so far off track, and we're answering things that I didn't anticipate. 2013, I can't remember if the Big 12. No, that would have been a 10-team league then too.
Right.
So,
they didn't.
Georgia was
no titles for any of those teams, guys.
Yeah.
They were in the Georgia was in the conference championship game.
No, Missouri was in that year.
Okay, that came.
It was Missouri.
Oh, that's right.
So back to my answer.
Georgia was 6-2, but Missouri pulled a 7-1.
That's right.
No, I mean if you do not win the East, and I think that's where the expectations start.
Should or no? Let's change it. Nobody here thinks that's good enough, right?
No, it's not.
It won't be good
13.
enough. Should it be good enough? If you finish number 13 in the nation, win 10 or 11 games, but you don't win the division, should that be good enough?
No.
Yes.
Wow. No. Shouldn't be good enough. Right.
No.
I think if you go 11-2, that's a heck of a season.
I think
here's what you have been through.
Yeah.
If you go 11-2, but you for whatever reason say you lose to Georgia and they go undefeated, and that's what knocks you out of the SEC championship game. I think 11-2 is a great season.
After that, 11-2. If you go 11-2 after that and you're complaining,
There will be
You got
complaints along the way, but the final result should be acceptable. Is what I would say.
It should be, but I just think people would be so disappointed if Tennessee didn't play in the championship.
We've already answered
conference
that.
championship.
People were disappointed
agrees.
last year
No,
when
they
they
won't
didn't
be.
play in the championship game. There are people when Derek Dooley was here were disappointed. I mean, there are people that expect that every year.
and it's not just Tennessee.
No, exactly.
I think
but
everywhere in the
I
country
just think if you go 11-2, that's a heck of a season. And if it just so happens the numbers don't mesh up to get you into the SEC championship game.
Okay, well, I'm with you on that.
Now-
I won't argue that.
So here's what I'm talking about. So we've already answered. No, it won't satisfy people.
No.
And then
But
again,
should.
that's Tennessee, Georgia, whatever. But should it satisfy people? You say it should.
I think
You don't
it
think it should.
No, I've changed to if you go 11-2, particularly not 10-3, but 11-2. Yes, it should.
Okay.
I don't think it should. I think this team has more talent than anyone else in the East, and if they don't get there, there's a good chance that's going to come down to coaching decisions at the end, and then people are going to be very upset.
Or
with that, and that's the
injuries.
question.
I also would leave injuries on that, but I say yes, it should.
I think if you've been through the valley of death, you've been walking in the shadow of the valley of death. Yeah, the valley of. Well, it's not 100% his fault. Let's go back to that. If you've come out of the valley of Dooley, and you get 11 wins from a guy that nobody thought you could recruit here or do anything else, and he shows you can win 11 games, and then you have 10 guys drafted in the NFL. Now it's going to be a restart the next year, but I think you're nuts if you're complaining.
If
you're
you basically
11-2.
finish in the top 12 in the country, that should be enough. good enough.
If they win 11 games, though, in the SEC, they're going to be higher than 13. I think you're looking at a 10-3.
Even though Georgia was.
Georgia was. They won 10.
but then we'd be talking about someone overachieving in the East as well. Really good teams in the West. I don't.
Well,
think
nobody
you'd be
saw
right there.
Missouri 2 years ago going 7-1 for a back-to-back year either.
Yeah.
So,
There you
I mean,
go.
and nobody, who would have picked Florida last year to do
Yeah.
what they did? The idea that it's on paper and Tennessee's clearly the best, they're going to win. We don't know who the best is until we see them on
Exactly.
the field. So, but you are the most popular guy on this panel today because there are a lot of people out there going, "Hell yeah, that ain't good enough." Fire them all at 11-2. All right. When we come back, where did Tennessee's undrafted guys sign? We'll show you that. Plus, we'll look ahead next year. You think that Tennessee had a draft drought the last 2 years? Forget about that. Next year could be scary in how many people go. Come on back.